So with the new F1 season slowly creeping closer and closer, the time of year where teams host unnecessarily long events to talk about anything but the sport they partake in has arrived. Teams tend to show off their liveries at the end of these events, so of course F1 fans brainlessly tune in to see what the back of the grid will look like for the upcoming season. Now, these livery launches tend to bring excitement and hype for the upcoming season. And for the most part, I enjoy them. But this season, I noticed something that most people with eyes also likely did. And that of course was the fact that a lot of the cars look just like a block of coal I mined the other day. Most teams so far have stripped off most of their paint from previous seasons down to a black car with a handful of colored decals to let you know that this is indeed their car and not anyone else's. Creativity at its finest. And for those who haven't done this, expect them to later on in the season. Because teams haven't simply changed their entire color schemes to black because of any creative aspect. No, the black livery actually offers a pretty important advantage. It saves weight. Teams have all shared the struggle of bringing the car weight down to the weight limit last season, and so they found that leaving parts of the car like the front and rear wings or parts of their side pods deprived of any color whatsoever helped quite a lot. Now, I know what you might be thinking. How much weight could they possibly save by scraping off some paint? And the answer to that is an absolute ton. Probably a few grams. Yes, that sounds ridiculous, but the truth is, in Formula 1, every single gram counts. So rather than actually painting the cars as they usually would, teams have now decided to leave a lot of the car's carbon fiber exposed, hence why they all have a lot of black in their color schemes. Honestly, this really made me sad, because like I said, usually livery reveals are exciting, but this year, when I realized that most teams would hop on this trend, it took away a lot of the mystery of what the livery might actually look like. Because most likely it would be something similar to last season, just with a lot less paint on the damn car. And of course I was right. Take a look at Alfa Romeo for example. Now I'll quickly give a pretty controversial opinion here. I wasn't a big fan of their 2022 livery. Actually, I think it kinda sucked. Their previous liveries like the 2020 Alfa Romeo livery was much more my speed. I just personally think that the 2022 Alfa Romeo was much too simple. The slanted line down the side of the car separating the white and the red just looked pretty bad in my opinion, and with a color palette like red and white, it's pretty freaking hard to make a horrid looking car. So everyone seemed to enjoy it, but again, I think that's mostly because of the color palette and not because of the livery design itself. But anyway, that's besides the point, because in 2023, they basically recycled that same livery, but got rid of the white and instead, you guessed it, left the carbon fiber exposed. Also Mercedes. The car is literally all black. I mean, absolutely no effort in the paint department whatsoever. If they have one, that is. Now granted, although I do prefer these two liveries a lot more than their 2022 counterparts, that's not where the real problem lied anyway. The real problem with teams choosing to go with the paintless car route is that obviously it's going to become more and more of a trend if the performance benefits are big enough. Other teams would have to be less intelligent than me and my colleagues down here in the coal mines to not join the paint deprived car club. And so more teams will start stripping more paint off their cars until we're stuck with a full grid of W14s. Or at least that's what it'll look like. And there lies the problem. It's gonna make distinguishing which team is which extremely hard when the cars are moving at 200 miles per hour on a hot and sunny day. So no, the issue isn't that I personally don't like how it looks, because ultimately, that doesn't really matter, does it? What matters, however, is being able to tell who is overtaking who on track, because that's what Formula 1 is all about. Honestly, if I have to hear Crofty stumble over the name of every driver on the grid before finally finding out who crashed at the castle section in Azerbaijan, I might quit watching F1 altogether and start spending my time more productively. Who knows, maybe I'll start a career in finance. No, I'm just kidding, there's no leaving the mines. Now, honestly, I think soon enough there will be some sort of regulation on how much of the car actually needs paint and how much can be left exposed, so that other teams can't play the same black car card as Mercedes are trying this season. If you want your car to be black, paint it black. It's as simple as that, really. But of course, ultimately we won't know what the implications are until the season actually commences, so what does it matter? Anyway, that's about all I've got to say. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and as always, thanks a lot for watching, I really do appreciate it. So on that note, I hope you all have a blessed night, and I'll catch you all next time.